All right, so welcome to another video from the chart readers. This will be our third review of the FAANG stock. So as always, we're going to look at the daily as well as the weekly. We're going to start on the daily. We're going to use our moving averages as well as these support and resistance lines. And then we'll use these bottom indicators just kind of as that re-emphasizer, right? So we will start with M. Of course, this used to be the F. Now it's the M. So Meta. Man, it's been pretty rough actually since it's hit this 183 line, right? And you can see it really was just a wick, right? It was a high of a day, nothing more. So it looked like the two preceding days kind of wanted to continue the run, but yeah, it went down from here, right? I've mentioned this shape every now and then. Again, by no means am I a candle shape trader, right? There are people that don't use my lines and stuff, right? They literally trade on these shapes, right? Like this is a good one because it went from so down to up like that. This right here is the doji, and that basically means uncertainty, right? There was points where it wanted to go up, there was points where it wanted to go down, and then it basically ends right in the middle, right? So this bad boy right here is uncertainty, right? So wanted to go to the top of the channel, clearly didn't, never even really came close to the 100 either, and then just failed, right? This day we lose the 8, we also lose this line right here, right? The following day, we did not get any of it back. Actually, we closed under the candle and then just a horrible almost 4% loss, right? And right now, we are under every single moving average, right? We've lost the 8. In one day, we lost the 20 and the 50. So, rough, right? What else can I say? That's a rough daily chart right there. These lower indicators are not looking good as well, right? Clearly, it looks like the green line has a solid slope down while the red is staying up here, right? So, and then again, it looks like the MACD, the green is no longer, it might still be on top, but it kind of looks like it wants to go down, right? So, look, at this point, we need to bounce off this point, right? There are two moving averages as well as a line, right? I've always said if this was up here, I generally say it's hard to break through multiple moving averages, right? It should be hard to lose multiple and as well as a line, right? So I'm hoping we get a bounce, but I'll be honest, if you watched my major market update yesterday, I'm not looking too positive on the markets, right? So if the markets are bad, generally these big players aren't going to be good as well. So an ugly daily chart, nothing else to be said, right? What's the weekly look like? I mean, look, this is the weekly in a nutshell, right? We made a good break of the 8, made a solid attempt at the 20. In 1 week, lost it and actually closed under the 8. Look at that. That's sad right there. Man, Meta. Okay, look, by next Friday, it really needs to close over 170. We'll call it 171. We need to see 171 by next Friday because, again, this is a weekly chart. I'm going to get the next candle finished by Friday, right? I want to be up here. Otherwise, man, we might be coming back down to these lines here. So, ugly, ugly, ugly. Do I have lines under that? I'm going to actually start making some lines below. And there's really not too many to make, right? I'm going to use this guy. The lone cowboy out here, and then it looks like I need to back up a lot. Wow, man. Okay, I'm gonna use this little cluster here. Give me 1 second. Oh man, that's sad. Okay, be careful with Meta, people. It does look like there's some room for her to go down. I'm gonna use this one as an early line, I think. And then really that right there. No, I'm just going to use the bottom because, again, if it loses that, yeah, that is what I'm going to do. Okay, so that is, sorry, let me bring us back. I don't want to scroll all that. Sorry for the run like that. So, again, be careful with Meta. The daily's not looking too great. And then really just looking at the weekly. Yeah, I mean, I could have just done it on the weekly. That would have been easier, actually. But, man, Meta, be careful out there, actually, with this one. Okay, let's see if this is going to go across the rest of the FAANG SKUs. So next up is Amazon. Look at that. Okay, almost the same chart as Meta on the daily. Okay, so Amazon actually got to the 200. Meta was not able to hit the 200, but this actually closed, man, like a penny under, give or take, the 200 right there, right? That was actually the only test of it, and it actually made a good test of my 146 line. And then just like that, you know, the last couple days ended up going down. We've lost the 8. Again, with Meta, we've lost a number of moving averages, right? Amazon at least still has a few, right? The 100 still here, the 50 still here, obviously the 20 still right there, right? But again, these lower indicators don't look good at all, right? Clearly, that's a hard slope down, and the red is just kind of staying on top. And then again, it looks like the green line's going down while the red one's staying up, right? I mean, we want green over red, right? We don't want red over green. So these do not look good. And again, we've lost the 8. This day, actually, not yesterday, so Thursday's trade was over the 8, it looks like. So today was the first day on Amazon. Look, I'm not going to lie. This is not a great chart, but it's definitely better than Meta, right? I do think I'm going to make some lower lines just based on what we saw from Meta, because in general, they run in packs, right? So if one in the sector does well, you might imagine the rest will, and then vice versa, obviously. There's a good little step pattern here. Let me do this right there. That's a good line right there. And then we'll take this one down here. I think that's enough. That's more than enough, actually. Let's stay a little optimistic. So, okay, Amazon, man. Okay, let me look at the weekly just real quick. Okay, so again, this weekly also looks good, right? Because Amazon broke the 8 a number of weeks ago, almost a month ago, actually, right? Because all of these are a week, and there's been more than 4 weeks. From there, we broke the 200 as well as the 20. Man, that's beautiful, right? And that led to just a a monster week here, and then a good couple weeks there, right? Clearly, we were coming up to this 50, and then there was just 2 tight lines, right? So, a big failure here, unfortunately. So, and actually, look, this doesn't look too bad also compared to Meta, but I do see us probably testing this 135. If we lose 135, you know, I could see us basically coming down to 130. I don't think we'd come lower than 130. I don't really want to touch this 200 again, right? But 131, 130, I could see being realistic. On Amazon. So this might be the theme of the rest of this, right? These are not looking too positive. Man, look at that. So Apple, again, I think this might have been an after hours option or some sort of weird thing that might clean up tomorrow. Nonetheless, look, what's happened here? First of all, beautiful writing of this 8, right? I mean, this Apple ticker, look at how we just ride the 8, right? So I really hope you're seeing that and you see the power of the 8 on this alone, right? This was the first day that we came under the 8. It does look like this 170 line did save us a bit, right? But we are under the 8. Hopefully we get a nice little bounce and go up. But again, look, people, these lower indicators don't look well. It looks like momentum might be turning on FAANG, right? Little worried here, actually. This is the best of the 3, but I still would expect, you know, it to follow with the others if the rest do seem to be going down, right? So let's take a look at the weekly. Man, look, again, breaks every single moving average, right? And again, we'll see how the wick cleans up, but this is a big uncertainty week, right? Looked like it was going to go up, looks like it was going to go down, pretty much ends right in the middle, right? So we might see a week or two of bad Apple, but I will say these look good. So I think the overall performance of the markets might dictate how Apple goes. So we'll see. But actually, Apple does look like the best on all of them. Let's just see what happens with this 8, right? One more time, though. This is the power of riding the 8. So Netflix. So I've been watching Netflix, definitely did not hit the gap like we wanted, right? So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. I'm mouthing, I'm like, just salivating right here. I want to fill this gap so hard, so hard. And, it looked like there was a moment on the 15th where it might have wanted to do it. But again, we need confirmation before we make moves, right? A lot of people like to get in early, like to get in on the bottom. That is not my game, in all honesty. I get in at confirmation and ride up, right? I will give up a little bit of profit to basically, knock on wood, ride a safer climb up, right? Again, nothing's safe, nothing's guaranteed in this little trading world that we're in, but that's the point of all these lines, right? Nonetheless, look, we did not fill the gap, right? And what is happening? We basically failed this 245 line and are now, unfortunately, working our way down just like the rest, right? So we've lost the 8. Hopefully some of these right here might save us. We got 2 lines as well as my own horizontal. But again, these lower indicators don't look too well. And unfortunately, the other players in this sector do not look well. So, yeah, I'm going to just show it one more time. I really wanted to ride this gap fill. I'm not going to lie. That would have been beautiful, right? We got 1 day break. We actually had a baby confirmation, but not good enough for me. And then clearly we failed it, right? If this came, I'm telling you, if it opened anywhere, woo, I would have, oh my gosh, I think that could have gone wild. But again, we lost a lot of the lower momentum indicators. And then obviously, like I said, this didn't even open anywhere above the 15th's action, right? It actually opened down here. So a quick sign that this bad boy wasn't going to go. But Netflix, look, I'm not looking away, right? I'm like the stock is, I will stock it and wait for this 245 break, right? So, yeah, just a little disappointing. Again, look, we're over the 20, we're over the 8. I'm just a little worried that the rest of the sector might bring this down, but yeah, Netflix is, look, Meta was just the ugliest, right? Unfortunately, I already know what GOOG looks like, and this one does not look good. So this was kind of meta level, in my opinion. Just look what happens, right? We make a good break, and we come down. Now, look, often, I say in my videos, you make a break of a line, you come back to it, and then hopefully you bounce, right? I do not like that we lost the 100 on a very big red candle that pretty much went top to bottom. There's only a little baby wick, right? That pretty much says the whole day people were selling, right? That with these lower indicators, with the rest of the way it works, man, I'm actually a little worried for Google here. Where's the 200? Yeah, we never even came close to the 200, right? This 123 was just a hard line. There were actually 2 tests on it, but yeah, again, didn't work. And even this 120 tried to save us right here, tried to save us with the 8, but yeah, it didn't go. So GOOG looks a little worrisome. And then again, it looks like we're actually about to reverse the RSI on the weekly, which I hate to see. And look, we almost took out the 100, right? And it clearly failed, which I hate to see. Hopefully, this 20 is strong enough to catch it, right? But that would be under our 117 line. So let's see how this week plays. But overall, a little worrisome on these FAANG stocks, MANG stocks, if you want to rename it. But again, just know that with the way the major markets are looking, it kind of makes sense that these would be going down, right? So hit subscribe if you haven't. It's the quickest way to get the newest videos. Of course, this is not financial advice, just hopefully showing you the power of technical analysis. Hey, have a great one.